right out. I said I'll be right out. This is Robert Urban at Urban Productions in New York City. Don't be left out. Watch RightOutTV.
Good morning, Robert.
Good morning. Did you sleep okay?
I did, thank you very much.
Was the shower nice?
It was fabulous. Did I take too long?
Was breakfast nice?
It was delicious, and everything was wonderful. Thank you so much. Now that everyone knows we spent the night together.
I won't tell.
I will.
Already did.
I'm telling everyone. Tell us about your relationship with Morgan, how you met, and...
Morgan and I, in August, we had our 23rd year anniversary together. Mm-hmm. Morgan and I met at a health club in New York City on East 57th Street. It was called the 20th Century. It no longer exists. We met, I can say this. We met in the sauna, and we...
Bathhouse.
Oh, yeah. Morgan and I had sex with each other before we ever spoke to each other. So there's plenty of there's plenty of silence before that statement and after it if you want to omit it. But
we could actually roll it again, and I'll act like I'm surprised.
But we don't mind, and so you could really say it really was love at first sight. And on our way out of the club, we struck up a conversation, and the rest is history.
So we're in your beautiful New York City apartment, and music is made here as well, for many years, I understand. So give us a little timeline, if you would, of your musical career. First of all, why be a musician?
Oh.
Always, since a little boy?
I've been doing this a long time. I wish I had a musical childhood. I think I tried to show the aptitude for it, but my parents were just working class parents, and unfortunately they didn't pick up on it. But by the time I was about 13, you couldn't keep me away from it. I had started to see rock bands. I had snuck off to the Fillmore East in New York City. You know, you could not avoid seeing the Beatles and the Rolling Stones on television as a little kid, and I was just falling in love with it. So somehow I got myself a guitar. I got myself a flute because I was totally in love with Ian Anderson and all things Jethro Tull. And as soon as in high school I came across, there were guys forming bands, and as soon as I found out that lead singers were in short demand and that other guys in high school were looking for a lead singer, I kind of said to myself, wow, I could do this, and I would love to go down in the basement after school and hang out with these guys. So part of it, you know how whenever you ask straight rock musicians, they say, why are you doing rock? And they go, oh, to get girls.
Right.
That's why we did this. Well, I know I was enamored of the other boys. But I loved it then, and I still love it, and there's not been a year in my life that I've not been in some band or another. And I went to college and I majored in music, and at first I was heading towards being a classical musician, but the singer-songwriter rocker eventually won out, and I've lived happily ever after doing that. Productions recording studio here, which is right in the other room.
Let's take a look.
And you can see some of the work I do. Don't step on the cat.
I know, I'm watching him. That's Troy. Perhaps we'll get to see him later, if he feels like making an appearance.
Here is where I did my most recent 2 CDs, The Elegies and Rock Widow, done entirely in here. I play almost all the instruments, and I create the drums in here, and the bass, and the keys, and the guitars, and the vocals, and add the orchestra sounds. I've done music scores for about a dozen LGBT-related independent films, and I've produced other artists here. Roger Anthony Yolanda Mapes' House of Joy was done entirely in here. Roger Kuhn's CD Proof was done entirely in here. Just released a few weeks ago, Martina Downey's Signpost CD was done entirely in here. I love performing out live, and there have been so many events. The summer was very busy, but I do plan to get back into the studio and get some of this stuff down. And you know, it's become a weird world. A CD is not really the thing to do anymore. At best, I call it an expensive calling card. You'll make your CD, and the best you can do is hand it to people like a business card.
True. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I come from the time when vinyl albums, when I could, after school, go up in my room and put on a rock album, and I would stare at that cover and try to find all the secret messages there, read the lyrics.
Liner notes.
I have to say this. It used to be, in the golden age of rock music, if you wanted to know which way the wind was blowing, you listened to music. You listened to the great rock artists, and it's not that way anymore. It's really just a bunch of face heads on television. But I love it, and I've always loved it. And actually, I still approach it in that way. So unfortunately, the world is not that way anymore. I'm actually getting more and more into video now. It seems to be, if doing music production was two-dimensional, video is like 3- or 4-dimensional. And I'm falling into it. I love editing video and putting things together and doing the credits and the rolling credits and the chapters. But as anyone will tell you, and I'm sure Marley and Tully knows, if you fall into doing video, it's falling into an abyss. It's endless work. It's very time-consuming and very laborious, and especially if you're a perfectionist. This is called My Love for You.
Beautiful. Thank you. When did you write that song, and what's that story?
Well, I wrote that song for a guy that I had a crush on, and he was straight and I was gay, and so I knew it was impossible. And but I wanted to express my feelings about it anyway.
Tell us about some of the awards that you have won. Quite a few on the wall here in the studio, I see.
Yes, there are some of them. This is from Out Music, 2006 Out Musician of the Year Award. This is the Pride in the Arts, Pride for the Waiting song, which is a gay pride song. These are from Out Music also. One is Outstanding Live Performer of the Year, and one is Outstanding Legacy. I believe this is for my Elegies CD. Here's another Pride in the Arts from Stonewall Society, which was last year Producer of the Year Award. Up here, from the New York City Fresh Fruit Festival, I received an award for the Two Spirit show in 2007, which was gathering all LGBT Native American poets and musicians and comedians together for a one-night show. And this is from my transgender rock explosion, where the Fresh Fruit Festival mainly does theatrical plays. So I pitched an idea. I said, what if I was able to get about 5 different transgender rock bands to come in and do one whole evening in a rock club? And they said, okay. And so we did it. I was able to get the best bands, Lisa Jackson and Girl Friday, Vibrolux. We had a great show, and it sold out, and it really started a kind of an interest in transgender rock bands from then on. So that was for that.
That's great. I'll bestow you with the award for Best RightOutTV Roving Reporter Host. To you and Morgan, I thank you for your graciousness.
Oh, well, I will bestow that on you, and it'll be another piece of toast or something for breakfast.
Okay.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay.
The deals that go so sour.